balance changes are lit! Welcome back, everybody, to Lackluster Gaming, the show for those who love to game but know they're mediocre at best. Today, the balance changes are live, so I figured we'd go through them together. But first, let me get to some shoutouts. The Zonic27 for being first in a video last week, as well as the J5, member of the Lackluster community, also coming in first in a separate video. And Army Fresh for coming literally 3 seconds after the J5 in the same video. They had a little battle going on, a little bit of beef. Who was first? It was J5, but I promised Army he would get a shout out as well. So there you go. I'd also like to give a big what's up to a Simple Taco Turtle, Black Knight, Asteroid, YT, and Derek Plays. Thank you guys for being such a big part of the community. I love you all. I also want to show off that I reached 4178, my personal best, and gained 178 legendary trophies, putting me as a seasonal ranking in the top 250,000 players in the world. I know it's not a big deal, but it's cool. And to reward me for it, Supercell gave me an epic chest. So let's go ahead and pop that thing wide open and see what is inside. All right, so first up, Bowler. Awesome, it's already a level 5. Let's get it up to 6. Executioner, finally, one more and we will have a tournament standard executioner. 6 baby dragons, I'll take them, and poison. So actually 3 cards right there that were included in this balance change. That's awesome. All right, and let's also pop open this clan chest. This is actually from last week, but still, hey, 2 elixir collectors, I'll take it. 5 battle rams, amazing. Goblins, I'll never use them, but musketeer, 6 of those. Rocket, excellent, it's making a huge comeback. Guards, 2 epics, that's great. Can we get a legendary? Can we get a That is far from a legendary, but also a card included in the balance update, so I'll take it. Now, let's get into today's deck. So, I'm using all 8 cards that were included in today's balance changes. So let's go over them, right? We got the PEKKA, we've got the Witch, the Executioner, the Poison, the Dark Prince, the Baby Dragon, the Skarmy, and the 1 Elixir Skeletons. Now, I tend to use, on average, the Executioner, the Skarmy, and the 1 Elixir Skeletons fairly frequently, and I'm really satisfied with these balance changes. Now, if you notice, 7 out of the 8 cards being changed today are epic cards. A lot of them are nerfs, but we also do have some pretty substantial buffs as well. So the one card that needed the nerf the most, the absolute most, because it was so OP, is the Executioner. We'll go over what they're taking away from it in just a couple of minutes, but for now, let's take a look at what it used to do, okay? So we've got this Hog Rider, and I'm gonna counter it with the Skarmy because it's great. Now, as mentioned in, I believe it was Yarn's video, is there were 16 skeletons, so taking away 1, as you can see, when I placed it as the defensive troop for that Hog Rider, most of the skeletons couldn't even get to the Hog. So the Skarmy was almost worthless, and plus most of it would be zapped out. Now, the Dark Prince is one of my favorite counters to the Elite Barbarians. It's a 2 elixir positive trade. They did some pretty decent damage, and if I would have gotten him out there a little bit earlier, it would have been a little bit better, but hey, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, and look how much damage it will do on a tower if left undefended. It took just as much as those Elite Barbarians did. It won't take a tower out completely on its own, but it will do some serious damage. So, the Executioner, as you can see, it's just shredding everybody right now, and the reason for that is because it was just way too powerful. It did too much damage going out, too much damage going in. Its splash radius went all the way out to 8 tiles. That's been reeled into 7.5, and it also had a stun effect. See, watch this. As these Elite Barbarians are coming in, watch their attacks actually get stunned and stop and kind of reset. Same thing with the Valkyrie, it gets reset every time that axe hits it. And that was a mistake on Supercell's part. They did not actually mean for that to happen, so they had to pull it back. If they didn't, it would have totally ruined the game because everybody was running the Executioner. Now, I had a pretty easy time using this deck before the balance changes. As you can see in challenges, I was able to 3-crown a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people. So now, let's check out what they've done to balance out these cards. So first off, we've got the 1 Elixir Skeletons. It used to have 4, and they took it away. They took it down to 3, but now they've put it back. We've got our 4th Doot back in the 1 Elixir Skeletons. I think that's great because I love that card. The Skarmy has just been reduced from 16 skeletons down to 1. The Baby Dragon's range has been increased from 3 to 3.5, which is great. The Dark Prince, we've had some HP added to it, 5%. Poison. Okay, here's interesting stuff. The poison has been reduced from 10 seconds down to 8 seconds. However, it's been given 24% damage per second. So it's actually losing 1% damage overall. However, it's going to do the damage faster, so it's a more viable card to use. The Executioner, again, they're taking 6% off of the damage. They're reducing his range from 5 to 4.5, and its axe hit radius has been reduced to by 10%. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a lot. I mean, it's technically a 12% damage decrease, but we'll see how it plays out. The Witch. The Witch has pretty awesome. It's an annoying card, and they're giving her 6% damage so that she can actually one-shot skeletons at the same level. Now, as far as the PEKKA, this one's the interesting one for me. They're reducing its deploy time down to 1 second from 3, and I think that's absolutely amazing. I think it'll make it that much more viable of a card to use as a defensive card, and then a great card for a counter attack. So let's see how it plays out with the new balance changes that went live just this morning. So I've got the PEKKA in my hand. So we're gonna start out with it. And the thing with the PEKKA, it's a big, massive beatdown card, right? And it's also a great defensive card. Now, if I hadn't started off with the PEKKA, I would have placed it in the opposite line to take out that Royal Giant. It would totally decapitated that dude, right? So instead, I took it out with the Skarmy and then started with a big push on the opposite side, the Dark Prince taking out almost all of those barbarians, as well as my dragon right behind him doing a little bit of splash damage, and now I get the PEKKA and the baby dragon to the tower, so still really great combo, really awesome cards. In fact, both I 3-crowned with this deck multiple times before the balance changes, and now both of those cards have been nerfed, as well as most of the cards in this deck other than the Executioner, the Skarmy, and the 1 Elixir. Actually, 1 Elixir Dudes actually got an increase too, didn't they? So almost all the cards in this got a buff. So it's a really powerful deck. It's not insane for me to tell you guys, give it a shot, give it a try. Now here's the poison. As you can see, it's draining health down faster than ever before, which is excellent because it's, you know, 4 elixir, it's the same price as a fireball. And the damage is comparable. However, it's a wider area, and if you're using a big beatdown deck and they've got to use something like the Skarmy or some other small low health troops to take out your giant tank, the poison will be able to take them out. You know what that means, right? Goizen is gonna come back. For sure, it's almost undeniable. We're gonna see tons of Goizen decks. If you don't know what Goizen is, back in October, November, the meta was Giant Poison, and everybody dubbed it the Goizen decks because it was just everywhere. You looked at the leaderboards, and every single person was using Goizen. However, I'm hoping because of the 1 second deploy time for the PEKKA and its extremely viable defensive capabilities that they will start using Poison and PEKKA. So Pekkoizen, or maybe just call it Poison. Who knows? Or the PEKKA. You tell me down below. What should we call the PEKKA Poison combo? What should it be? We've got to come up with a silly name for it because that's just, We just gotta. And as you can see, we're pulling into another 3-crown victory. Realistically, if I had one more second, we would have pulled it off, but unfortunately, time just ran out a little bit too soon for us. But it's an amazing deck. I'm really ecstatic about the new balance changes. I hope you guys are too. Let me know down below what you guys think and what decks you guys are currently using because of the new balance changes, and we'll see how the meta changes in the next few weeks. Until tomorrow, guys, I love you. Peace out.